Narcissists hate being reminded who they really are. And when people and circumstances force them to self-reflect, they can be quick to become angry and blame the other person or the circumstance for them feeling bad. And one of the things that can most easily upset the narcissist and really drive them crazy is just watching you feel happy and content with yourself. If you're generally feeling happy, if you're generally feeling content, if you're generally feeling eager about life, just looking forward to, tomorrow, just looking forward to the plans you have. If you feel eager about those things, if you feel happy, then that feeling inevitably causes a narcissistic injury because it inevitably reminds them of what they're lacking and what they are incapable of feeling, or which they struggle so much to feel, which is to feel good about themselves, to feel good about their lives, and to genuinely look forward to things. So if you're the kind of person who's, maybe you're bubbly, or maybe you just carry an air of satisfaction with yourself, just feeling good about things, then the narcissist will struggle to be around you kind of long term. For some time, they might find that attractive about you, that you have that kind of positivity about you and that positive outlook, and that might draw them towards you because they'll hope that some of it might rub off on them. But people who carry good feelings and people who carry positive outlooks, those things can never really rub off on the narcissist, which means after a pretty short amount of time, the narcissist soon realizes that the fact that you can feel good about yourself and the fact that they cannot feel good about themselves, that kind of mismatch, that incompatibility, it doesn't work. And it creates for, I guess, an unacceptable dynamic because they start receiving a series of narcissistic injuries every time they see you feeling good and happy about yourself. So the narcissist finds themselves in a situation where they can only really do one of two things. A, they can either walk away and keep you out of their picture. That way, them having to witness you, they won't have to witness you, and therefore they won't have to suffer narcissistic injuries. Or they can try to make you feel ashamed of yourself, make you feel ashamed of the things that you would generally look forward to or be happy about, or just generally make you feel bad about something. And if they need to coexist with you, or if they want to coexist with you, kind of long term, the only way they can make that work is if they do that to you. If they bring you down, make you feel ashamed of yourself, make you feel bad about something. And then as soon as your mood drops, they feel more elevated. And then they're less likely to suffer narcissistic injuries. And that's why it's so toxic being around these people. Because you just can't, you cannot want to have a positive outlook in life, and you cannot want to feel good about yourself, and at the same time, spend a lot of time around narcissists. Yes, if you have to spend a little bit of time around them with the right boundaries, kind of numbing your emotions at certain parts of the day, yes, you can get on with certain people like that, and without causing narcissistic injuries, and without causing them to attack you. But you have to kind of play yourself pretty cool, kind of mellow, which is okay to do in short bursts, and it's okay to do sometimes. But if you spend a lot of time around somebody, and if that somebody's a narcissist, you have to mellow your whole personality on an ongoing basis, like almost every day, every moment you're around them, to avoid conflict. And that's not healthy because you're not being yourself. You're not able to live out your life. You're not able to live out your true feelings. You're not able to reach out for good feelings. You're not able to have that positive leaning attitude because the narcissist, they can't coexist with that. They either have to run or attack you. And usually they don't like to be the ones running. Sometimes they don't mind sending you running, but they have that kind of preference for attacking people. Unless of course they see you as somebody toxic for whatever reason, and in which case they might decide they don't want to attack you, but rather withdraw themselves. But if they want to stick within your picture, if you live together, or if you, for whatever reason, spend a lot of time in close proximity, then they won't accept suffering a series of narcissistic injuries. And if they can help it, they'll try to fix that by making you feel bad about yourself. Then they're good. Sometimes people ask, or sometimes people wonder, well, can I make it, if I just change myself a little bit, can I make it work with the narcissist? Can I get on with people, with certain toxic people? And the answer is, well, not really. Not if you want to be a positive, free-flowing person. If you want to have that eagerness about yourself, that good feeling about yourself, that positivity about yourself, that doesn't really sit well with a narcissist long term. I mean, if that's you and you're with a narcissist, okay, fine, they might put you down a lot. And occasionally they'll want you to be upbeat, to maybe massage their ego and make them feel good. So of course, narcissists do sometimes want you to feel good about yourself, but only in those moments when they need their ego stroking. Very select moments. You basically become their puppet. But you can't feel good about yourself on your own watch. And what does that come down to? It comes down to you giving up your freedom. So yeah, just kind of going back to the root of it. Do narcissists struggle to spend a lot of time around genuinely content and happy and bubbly people? Yes, they do. And why do they struggle? Well, simply because those people remind them of what they're not, of what they're unable to achieve and have, but what they so much want. And that mismatch causes narcissistic injuries. So they have to put you down to feel better about themselves. And the best thing you can do is kind of keep the interaction short. I mean, obviously, if you can keep them out of your life, do that. But if for whatever reason you can't keep them out of your life completely, just keep the interactions short, neutral, and yeah, just don't spend too much time around them. Know who you're dealing with. Important. Once you know who you're dealing with and you know how to deal with them, it's just follow the process. They all come from the same book. Not all of them exactly, but they do follow certain predictable patterns. So once you kind of learn that and you've seen how similar they can be to each other, they become easier to deal with.